Guys, till now, you have seen an app service and you have seen a function app. You deployed something to these two services. Actually, you will be having another service called virtual machines. Virtual machine, what is a virtual machine? It is nothing but a server, guys. Okay, actually, whenever in real time, whenever a project is given to you, there will be an architecture diagram which will be given to you guys. And it could be a complete server-oriented project or serverless project, guys. When they say serverless, that means it could be the deployment could be on app service, function app, service, the storage account like that. But when they say it's server-oriented project, what you need to do? You need to create a server and you need to deploy your application inside that server. How you will create? Let me show that to you guys. Let me create an Azure virtual machine. Select a resource group. Give a name, guys, virtual machine 1, and select a region. And guys, in future, we will be creating this. In future, we will be creating, you will be selecting these things later, guys. For now, don't select anything there. Don't select anything there. Trust launch VMs only. But if you look at the image is nothing but the OS which you want in your server. If you select Ubuntu, it will become a Linux server. If you select Windows, then it will become a Windows server. Guys, here we will be creating both Windows servers and Linux servers as well. Yeah. If you look at here, when I selected Ubuntu service, the price was 107.68 per month. When I selected 2019, it is 173.96 something some dollars. And here, guys, if you click that, if I select, okay, you can see these are the different sizes of the virtual machines. When I select this particular size where you are going to have quad-core processor, that means 4 CPUs will be there, 16 GB RAM will be there. Then what is the price? It says 322.60 per month, but you will get nearly this much with $513.72. So guys, if I select, there will be a lot of other sizes, guys. If you look at here, there will be D series, B series, E series, F series. Depending upon the size which you select, the price will be increased. You can select 32 GB octa-core processor. Then what will happen? The price for the higher configuration VMs will be high. Did you get my point? Guys, did you get my point?
Yes.
Virtual machine is nothing but it's a laptop, guys. It's a laptop which is there in the cloud. When you have a laptop, your laptop will have a OS, correct?
Right.
Yes, you all will be having laptops with OSs. So you can have Windows or Linux in it. And your laptops will have a RAM and a CPU size, correct or not? Clock speed will be there. You may have 4 CPUs, quad-core processor, octa-core processor, 16 CPUs. What happens when you increase CPUs?
Speed will increase.
Speed will be increased. That is it. What happens when you increase RAM size? Cache memory, RAM size, speed and performance will be increased, guys. Okay. Here, I'm only using one CPU, 3.5 GB RAM. That is enough because it's a practice class. When you create, you select this one only, guys. Don't create higher configured sizes. But in real time, how you will select this size? Yeah, you will be getting an email from your architect or from your project manager. You need to look at that email. Depending upon the configuration they have given, you need to select it. Don't select higher ones or lower ones because you know now when you have created this service, a bill will be generated, guys. It will be sent to the client. So never ever create unnecessary high configured VMs. Okay, for dev, test, UAT, small configured VMs or low configured VMs are enough, guys. But for production, you may create high configured VM. But from non-prod environment, you always go with this low configured. In real time, whatever they say. Okay. Now, guys, what we need to do, you have to provide a username and password to access this server. Yeah. And guys, you will be having inbound ports. There will be different ports, guys. For now, only select 3389, which is nothing but it's a remote desktop protocol port. If you go to disk, guys, do you know, guys, when you select a hard disk, will that disk have some size? Hard disk. If it's a laptop in cloud, will it have hard disk? Definitely, no, guys. All our laptops are having hard disks where you are storing everything, movies, songs, and everything. So here you can select the size. Again, what happens if you select higher size? Cost will be increased, correct or not? Guys, is there? Okay. Right. Yeah. What are these premium SSD, standard SSD, HDD? Do you know, guys, hard disk types? Solid state drive, hard disk drive. Do you know what are these things? Have you ever heard about them?
Yes.
Which one is faster, SSD or HDD?
SSD.
SSD is very faster, guys. For production, guys, you always select premium SSD. best for production and performance sensitive workloads. When you will select standard SSD for non-prod like dev or test, you never select normal HDD, guys, which is hard disk drive, which is very slow. You will only select this when you want to create a VM for backup VM, just for backup. Otherwise, for prod, SSD premium, for non-prod, standard SSD. What is the meaning of non-prod environment?
Yes.
Dev, test, UAT. We always call these three as non-prod environment. Okay. When I say non-prod, that means it's dev, test, UAT. Okay. So you select anything there. That is okay, guys. You will be having this networking where you need to select a proper virtual network, and there should be a subnet, and there should be a public IP and NIC. So what are all these things? Tomorrow, guys, I'll explain all these things. For now, don't touch anything else. You just click the button, review, create. But these are very, very important, guys, because you all need to know how to create these virtual networks. I'll tell you guys tomorrow. That is tomorrow's concept. So, guys, what are we trying to create? We are trying to create what mistake we have done here. It is telling something has changed. Just turn on, guys. We provide a resource group, VM1. Okay, let us select East US. If you select, guys, when I select East US, I can see availability zone. If I select Japan, okay, guys, this availability zone will only be appear for some of the regions, not for all regions. What is that? I'll explain later. You don't worry. You're done now. Everything is correctly created. Let me provide username and password. Then we create. But the following step, basics, required information is missing or not valid. What are we missing here? Let me select no infrastructure. Let me select standard. Size perfect. Everything is perfect. Done. Let me create it. If you look at here, guys, I am trying to create a Windows 2019 server in the cloud. In which region? In East US region. Now, the most important thing, guys, what is the use of these VMs? Why we need to create these servers? It will take some time to create, guys. Meanwhile, I'll explain a simple topic. First thing. Okay. You have two projects, guys. Project ABC. Project ABC, it has, for example, it has one app service, one function app, one SQL DB, for example, one database, SQL database. You have project XYZ. It has two app services, two function apps, and one DB, for example. Here, guys, one app service cost, for example, it's $100. One function app cost, example, again $100. Example, for example. DB, $100. So what is the total project cost, guys? $300. Okay, can you please tell me what is the total cost of project XYZ? How much?
500.
It's $500. Now, guys, if you look at here, there is another in between. There is another thing called virtual machine. The cost of this machine is $350 per month. Guys. Here, guys, but what is the advantage of a VM? If it is serverless, you need to create these many services in the cloud. But if you can create one VM, in the same VM, you can deploy app service in it. You can deploy function app in it. That means you can deploy front-end component in it. You can deploy the back-end component in it. You can deploy the DB in it. You can deploy up to 300 sites in it. Are you getting my point? Inside a single VM or single server, you can deploy as many sites as you want, as many databases as you want. The cost will always VM's cost, not that individual components cost. Did you get my point? Did you all get my point?
Yes.
Please tell me for project ABC and XYZ, which method is good for project ABC? Is it serverless or server oriented?
Serverless.
For project ABC, serverless is good. Why? Here it's 300 only. But if you create a VM, it will be 350. But for project XYZ, which is
VM.
because here it is costing 500. If I select one VM, I can deploy 2 front ends, 2 back ends, 1 DB in the same VM. Still the cost remains to $350. Are you getting my point? Yes. Did you understand this one? Everyone, have you all understood this?
Yes.
Now, guys, okay, you can see my deployment is complete. I have deployed it. Go to resource. Yeah. If you look at here, guys, once you have created a virtual machine with any name, you will be getting one public IP. Can you please tell me what is public IP?
Nobody we can access.
What is it? What is that, guys?
Nobody we can access. From where basically we can directly access server from internet.
If you type IP config in your laptop, what is this IPv4 address?
Private.
Actually, it's a private IP. So what you do, guys, you simply type, what is my IP? It will give you your device public IP. You can see what is this 103.120.51.71. What is this? This is my laptop's IP. Guys, I'm able to connect to internet. I'm able to talk with all of you. That is possible because my device will be known to the world with this number. This is known as an IP address. What is this IP? There will be public IPs, private IPs, class A, B, C. So guys, there's a lot of things will come that I'll explain tomorrow. So for now, you understand this. Each device which is connected to the internet will have a public IP. Here, in the same way, my VM1 is now having one public IP called 52.234.220.125. Now, guys, I want to access it. I want to go inside it. I want to look at it. How will I do that? Very simple. Copy this public IP. Just type MSDSC or you just type RDP, remote desktop protocol. You simply type RDP. Here, type a page public IP of your VM. Click connect. Need to provide the username and password which you have given at the time of creating this VM. You can see I'm able to, if you look at here, guys, currently I'm trying to connect to my server, my VM. Now, can you see, guys? Now I'm actually accessing another laptop. Can you see that? Another system where I logged in as 𝐿WP24. Are you all getting this point? Currently, where am I?
VM1.
Currently, I am inside a VM1. It's another server. Actually, guys, VM is nothing but a server. Virtual machine or server. So I can use the word server. I can use the word VM. So please don't confuse. Both are same. It's a web server or a web VM. If you look at here, guys, you can see this is 52.234.220.125 is my server. If you minimize that, this is your laptop. If you maximize it, this is your server, correct? Correct or no?
Yeah.
Clear till this point, clear for everyone? Any doubts to anyone? Clear?
Yes.
Good. Now, guys, whenever you open your server, first thing you will be seeing this server manager. By default, it will open. And guys, you all need to wait until, guys, if you look at here, there is a blue strip coming. Can you see the blue one? Oh, can you see the blue line, guys? Can you see here?
Yes.
You have to wait until that disappears because it is loading all components in the server. If you look at here, now it has disappeared. Now it has gone. There's nothing is there. Now, guys, what you all need to do, minimize the server manager. You can see I have minimized it. This is your server and which has OS called Windows 2019 server. And guys, what is my intention? I have created a VM. Now, what I want to do here, I want to deploy an entire project to the same VM. I have created this VM with some cost. I want to deploy the front end, back end, DB, everything in this particular VM. How will I do that, guys? Very simple. To do that, first thing which you need to do, open Server Manager. To make this server ready to deploy any application, you need to click on Add Roles and Features. Next. Under Server Roles, you need to select Web Server role called Web Server IIS. Add Features. Next. Install. If you look at here, guys, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to install IIS in my server. If my server doesn't contain IIS, I cannot deploy any application in it. Did you get this point?
Yes.
So let us wait for 1 minute. Once it is installed, we can start deploying our projects to a VM. Done. If you look at here, guys, earlier there was no IIS. Now I can see IIS there. Close it. IIS has been configured in my server. Now what you all need to do, guys, open this. I'm currently inside my server. I'll open this C drive. Guys, if you look at here, there is init folder, www root folder. This is the main location where you will put your project files. For example, guys, what will I do? I'll minimize this. I want to deploy a simple HTML project to this particular VM. How can I do that? HTML project. You copy all these files. Copy. You simply paste them here. What you have just done, guys, you simply moved all your project files to www root folder inside your VM. You copy and paste. Done. Now, guys, if you look at here, I copied some project files to that folder. Now, what will I do, guys? You need to do one more thing, as I forgot to explain. You open Server Manager. Go to local server. Turn and enhance security off, guys. If you don't turn it off, it won't allow us to open any website. You turn that off. Wait until this goes off.
But in real time also, do we need to do this setting?
No. In real time, you will never turn it off because you will never access any website from internally from a VM. Don't worry, I'll explain that as well. So don't worry. In real time, you will never turn any security settings off because you will never open the website inside a VM. You'll always open the website outside a VM. If you look at here, guys, currently I opened a portal. Where did I open it? Inside my VM. So I'll type simply, I'll type localhost. Enter. When you type localhost, what I'm able to see, what is this? Yes, this is the project file which I copied in the www root folder. Are you getting my point? Have you copied a project file inside www root folder?
Yes.
When I type localhost, it is trying to access those files. Yes, very simple. Open here. Search for IIS. You just type IIS. You can see Internet Information Services. You just click on that. This is very, very important, guys. Here, expand it. Under sites, you can see there is a default website. A default website is configured. You just right click and explore. If you explore, it will open your www root folder. What is the meaning of that? Whatever you copy to this folder, that will act like a default website. Did you get this point? Guys, now what I can create another website. I can create site 1, site 2, site 3. I'll create this in a few minutes. So what is the interview question? What is the default website location in any server? Then what you will answer?
www root.
Yes, www root folder. Guys, can you please tell me, how will I access this website from outside? Currently, you are trying to access the website from internal VM, from inside the VM, correct? When I type localhost, I'm able to access it. But how can you guys access? If you type localhost, you won't see this website. to access any website which is deployed to a VM, you will be using its IP, guys. What you all need to do, you simply copy the IP, try to paste and enter. You will get an error, guys. If you look at here, wait for a minute. Yes, Basha. We have to open the inbound port, not outbound port. If you look at here, guys, we are getting an error. The reason, each website inside the VM will have a default port number. The port number for default website will be always 80. When you deploy multiple websites inside a server, each website will have its own port. Here, what you all need to do, guys, you need to turn that port on. How will you turn it on? If you go here, click on network settings. If you look at here, there is an inbound port rules is there. You need to add an inbound port rule, which is nothing but select HTTP. Port 80. When you add it, what you're actually doing, guys, you are opening port 80 on this server. When you open port 80 on this server, it's like a door, guys, door to your server. To end, the website is inside a VM. A person who is outside, if you want to access it, he has to know the door. He need to open the door. He can go inside the VM through that door only. Here, by adding port 80 in the inbound port rules, I have actually opened it. Now try to access it. Can you see, guys? Now I'm able to access. Are you getting my point? Guys, you all try to access this website. You can actually access. You please click on this URL. Everyone can access this website. I know, guys, it is a little bit, is it confusing? Guys, did you understand, or is it confusing?
Is it public IP or it's your system IP?
It's 52.234. This is the VM IP.
Public IP.
That's the public IP of my VM, not my laptop's IP. This is VM's IP. Correct? Okay, you haven't understood Basha? Rahul, Basha, Prasad, Manish, understood something or not? Not at all.
I have done AWS, so I've got it.
Yeah, you got it, Rahul. Good. What about you, Prasad and Basha? Don't worry, guys. If you don't get it, don't worry at all. You please, when you do the assignment, it will be clear. So, guys, yeah, you have to do the assignment.
So, one question.
Yeah.
What is the difference between app service? Till now, we did app service, right?
Yeah.
We have deployed in app service, and now
yes.
we are doing a virtual machine.
Yeah.
Like app service in the sense like normal laptop, right? Whatever we have hard disk,
normal,
that we have done it.
It is not at all app service. It is not like a laptop. It's a cloud service. Correct? It's not a server. It's a serverless approach. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, this is you have created server, right? VM means it's a server.
It's a server. It is completely opposite to your app service, correct? Yeah. Because it's a machine. It's a server where you copied or you deployed a front-end component within the server. Guys,
and app service is a normal fresh space in the cloud.
Yeah, it's a fresh space in the cloud. That is it, guys. It's a serverless approach. That is completely serverless approach. This is server-oriented approach. When you create a server, you can configure a lot of the things. You can configure a front end, back end, DB. You can configure anything in a single server. Can you do that in app service? Can you do that in app service? No, only one application can be deployed. That is it. Correct? Guys, correct or not? Guys, do you get my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So what we have just done, guys, we simply, what you have done, you simply created a VM. You install IIS role. Then what you have done, you copied a project to this WW root, and you are telling us this is a default website. Now, what you can do, guys, let me open IIS. I want to deploy my second website. I want to deploy a second website to the same VM. So how will I do it? Very simple. Create ads website, give a name to it. Site 2, give any name. We have to provide the physical path. Physical path means where you have stored that project files. For example, I might have stored in inetpub. The site name is site 2 with the name site 2. Click OK. And guys, here you can't assign port 80 to site 2. Why?
Because that is already assigned to site 1.
Yeah, there is
Default
already assigned to
website.
default website. So you can't assign that. Let me assign 8080. That is it. Click OK. Now, guys, okay, but we don't have any files in the site 2. It's an empty site, correct? You just created this site. Let us copy some other project files in it.
So why 8080? Why 8081? It's not 81.
Yeah, you can create, guys. You can use 80, 80, 81, 80, 82, 80, 83, but you have to use open ports. Not you can't use 443. You can't use 3389. You can't use 5000. So, guys, there are specific ports which are open to you. So, what are those ports? I'll explain, guys. Don't worry. That everything will be explained in our tomorrow's class, where you will be creating some TCP UDP ports. So, for now, just whatever port I use, you use it, guys. Okay. Now, let me copy another project files in it. Project. Yeah, these files. I'm copying my second website to site 2.
So here, why we are not going using Git?
You can go using Git pipeline. Everything will come, bro. So this is day 1 of your VM. Okay.
Oh, we can go through this Git also, right?
Yeah, you can go through writing pipeline also. What is pipeline?
Pipeline, build pipeline, release pipeline.
Release pipeline. Yeah, you can do that too. That also to your VM. So everything will come. So yeah, don't worry. Now, if you look at here, the second site has been copied to my site 2. How can I access that site, guys? This time I need to use localhost :8080. Why? Here, just type http:// localhost :8080 enter. What is this, guys? What is this? This is my second website. Are you getting my point? I'm able to access my second website from inside a VM, but this time I have to provide the port number. Guys, on port 80, we have second website. On port 80, we are having our first website. If you type port 8080, we are having our second website. Are you getting my point? Guys, are you getting my point? Here, how you are differentiating the applications with the port number. Correct or not? Now, how can I access this website from outside a VM?
We have to open the port 8080 inbound port.
First, what you will be doing, you need to open the port 8080 in the inbound port routes. Create route, because it's another door. We are using this door, you can see, to access my second website, correct? Are you all getting my point? Yeah. You opened it. Now, how will I access the website? The second website. If I use :80, this is first website, correct? If I use :8080, then I should see the second website, but I'll get an error. If you look at here, I'm unable to access port 8080. I'm unable to see my second website. The reason, guys, by default, the port 80 is enabled inside your VM. All other ports are disabled inside your VM. So, guys, you are having two doors to a VM. One is outside door, the other one is inside door. What you all need to do, guys, you have to open port 8080 inside your VM as well. But by adding inbound port rules, you have opened it from outside. But you need to open it from inside as well, guys. How will you open that? You simply execute this script. It's a PowerShell script which will be used to open any port inside a VM, inside a server. You just copy this. You go here, open Windows PowerShell. Right-click, More, Run as Administrator. You simply execute this script. Enter. What will it do? It will open port 8080 inside the VM. You can see now it is enabled. True. Now, guys, now try to access. Yeah, now you can see I'm able to access the second website. Are you getting my point? By using the same public IP, I'm able to access both the ports, both the applications, by using different port numbers. Guys, did you get something? Yes, understood something? Confusing. Guys.
Got it.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, guys, when you practice, then it will be more clear for you. If you don't practice, you will forget everything, guys. From tomorrow, we will be spending the next. Yeah.
Sorry. My bad, sorry. One question. So this like whatever the command you type through this PowerShell, so this cannot be done through this GUI.
Yes, you can done that also. You can open it manually by opening the firewall routes. That will I'll explain tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, but from GUI, so this is possible.
Yeah,
Right?
from GI also it can be done.
Okay.
Don't worry. But I want to show you this script.
Mhm.
I told you that you should know some of the PowerShell scripts. If
Yes.
you remember the demo class, I told you you should
Yeah.
learn some of the few scripts that I'm trying to explain. The same action can be performed by a GUI, guys. What is that? I'll explain tomorrow. Okay. Did you get my point? Guys, okay. Now, actually, guys, I have just introduced VM to you. I did not tell anything about it, guys. You haven't seen anything in VM. We have just created one VM. We deployed 2 applications in it, but you haven't learned anything about VM, guys. You don't know virtual network. You don't know subnet. You don't know inbound port rule. You don't know outbound port rule. You don't know NIC. You don't know NSGs. You don't know anything else. Only 1% of knowledge you gain from this class. Tomorrow, next class, after that, next 5 to 6 hours, we will be spending our time in these VMs. Guys, this is also very, very important. In real time, guys, you don't know which approach your project manager can take. He may ask you to create a VM, and he may have asked you to deploy everything in a VM. Or he may ask you to create app services on function. So guys, we don't have any control over there, correct? Okay, so get my point. Guys, correct? So first today, guys, what everyone need to do, you please create this VM. And after you create it, share me the link. Then don't forget to delete the VM. How will you delete the VM? Please delete the resource group in which you have created the VM. If you look at here, when I have created VM1, along with it, a public IP has been created, an NSG, network security group has been created, a virtual network has been created, a network interface has been created, one hard disk has been created. So you can't delete individual things, guys. How you delete everything? By deleting the respective resource group. Did understood something, guys?
So was that server as charged now?
Yeah, for this 1 hour, but you are all having free account only, na?
No, sir. I'm going to pay as you go. So that will be
Then,
payment.
yeah, then it won't charge you, guys. It may charge you $0.50 or $1 per hour. That means some 80 rupees per hour.
You must be having experience, like.
Yeah. You create it, and in the very next moment you delete it. Okay, there won't be much charge for it. Create the low configure VM. What?
Okay.
Yeah. Today's topic VM. Today's assignment, guys. What you all need to do: first create a VM, then install web server IS rule in it, then deploy 2 HTML websites to it, then add port 80 and 8082 inbound port rules, then enable 8080 inside your VM by using the given script.
Welcome to LWPLABS. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to view free Azure DevOps live classes. And for more videos like this, please contact the number shown in the description. Happy learning!